warm welcome from the 7th Enterprise Business Collaboration Conference here in Berlin. It's my pleasure to be here with Dan Thomas from Lloyds Banking Group. Dan, could you briefly introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your professional background?
Yeah, sure. So I work for Lloyds Banking Group as an enterprise community manager. So I manage our instance, which is called Hive, and our community. We've got 90,000 people on that community, and I look after them on a day-to-day way and help them collaborate. That's our main goal, is how we enable collaborative behaviours in our business.
Today you held the opening keynote at the conference about Lloyds' behaviour change-led approach to collaboration.
Yeah.
Could you give us some more insights on this?
We've spent the last year really focusing on embedding collaboration in our business, which really means helping people to use new tools and help them to understand how they can work together. So my talk was really around the methodology that we used over the last year to create what I've called a learning movement, which is how do you help people see learning as something that they want to do? How do you get them to challenge their existing ways of working? And then how do you help them drive new behaviours and new ways of working and continue on that learning in the future?
And what have been the key lessons learned on this project so far?
I think definitely some of the things that I talk about are really establishing your targets and establishing your outcomes. So aligning your targets with your business objectives, knowing what it is that you want to achieve and how you want to go about doing that, and how you are measuring those outcomes. So specifically, if you're asking people to do something, how is that leading to a business value-adding outcome for you? And then working towards that over time. So being consistent, staying persistent on it, and trying to cut out the noise and really focus on what's important to you.
What are the main challenges Lloyds Banking Group is facing at the moment in terms of enterprise business collaboration?
I think our challenges aren't dissimilar to anyone's challenges, but we're a very large bank. So, one challenge is scale. Another one is silos and bureaucracy, working agile. These are all our key objectives, and I think they're similar for everyone, really. You've also got a lot of legacy IT equipment that people are using, and you're trying to get them to use something new and new ways of working. So they're in their comfort zone and you want them to try and move out of that and try something new. And that's always a challenge to get them to work towards something new, but the fun is in the challenge.
And where do you think digital transformation is headed with regards to collaboration?
I think it's really about the digital workplace. You're seeing more and more fragmentation of tools over time. And there are more and more tools that try and patch things back together again. And if you try and focus too much on single solutions, then it becomes something that people can't work towards. And actually, people just want to be able to get the job done. They're not necessarily wedded to a particular tool. So it's about how do you create a digital workplace for people where they can come in and they understand that the environment that they're working in, they know which tool to use for what, and they can achieve the outcomes that they're looking to do, but also an environment that's going to challenge them and enable them to work more broadly in a collaborative way. So one that's going to surface new people for them to work with, or bring other people into work that need sign off on that work, or share that work more broadly so that other people can discover that work. If you can get to that panacea of the digital workplace, which I'm not even sure is possible, but if you get to that, then that's really where you want to work to, is how you unify all these things together.
What were your highlights of the conference so far?
I've really enjoyed it. I like talking about AI. I think AI is, always on the pinnacle. I feel like we're a bit of away from it, but I think chatbots are really interesting. And yeah, I'm kind of fascinated about how you could potentially create a relationship with a computer or with automation. Like how you could create a chatbot which almost has its own personality and becomes something or someone that you feel can help you and enable you to get to the end. So it's not just a query that's going to come back and give you an answer. It's like, could you develop a relationship with that thing and that thing be part of your digital work and then almost be an enabler of that? I think that's really interesting. So the AI has been a big one, but also some of the conversations around putting those tools together and what tool you might use for what and what are the strengths and benefits of different tools. I think that's really important because I don't think we articulate in that enough, and that's why people get confused about where they should go and what they should work on, because they don't really know which one to work on. I've been really interested to hear about those and how people are putting it all together.
Thank you so much for your input, Dan, and I wish you a great conference.
Thank you. We enjoyed it.
Thanks.